3 rounds of discussion with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first from a Zoom call in Columbia, South Carolina, Matthew, aka the Unbreakable Spirit. And his opponent from a Zoom call in Atlanta, Georgia, Daniel, aka the Executioner. Take it away, Matthew.
Thank you, Jesse, for that wonderful introduction. Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode number 79
Jesus.
of Adults with the Unbreakable Spirit.
I'm the Executioner, Daniel Travas.
Yes, and I am the Unbreakable Spirit. Let's run through the topics. Why not?
Topic number 1.
Our thoughts on the design of the new WWE World Heavyweight Championship. And I just accidentally opened up Google Translate.
Okay, great. Number 2.
Number 2 is how, I believe it was how the draft is going to affect NXT.
Yep. Number 3.
The final topic is the Backlash prediction battle, and we will tell you the punishment when we get to that.
Yes.
But in order to get to topic 3, we need to get to topic 1. Take it away.
Alright, my thoughts on the new World Heavyweight Championship. Now, to be completely 100% honest with you guys, I like the design of the new World Heavyweight Championship, but I'm just surprised that they didn't just bring back the Big Goldie instead of just why make a new belt when
they made like a remix version of it, and I also like the design. It's really good. They've incorporated the side plates. I just hope that this means that other titles will be getting redesigned.
From what I have heard, the tag team, the women's, and the undisputed tag team titles are going to get a redesign, as well as separate brand tag team titles. So that's fucking pointless. And the women's title is going to get a redesign, and Roman's going to get a title, apparently, from what I've heard.
Yeah. So basically, every title is getting an overhaul.
Yeah, but my honest take is, I like the design, but I've heard some people complain online, and I've heard some complaints that a lot of people believe that this is a secondary title to to people who can't beat Roman.
People don't remember what Triple H said in the draft then. Keep in mind, Roman, Solo, and Paul Heyman were the first overall pick, and Triple H said he would stay on SmackDown.
Yeah. I meant, okay, I say, yeah, sure, if you honestly stick to your word on that part.
Fair enough.
But my honest take, like, to continue my honest thought here, is I hope that whatever they do to crown this new world champion is somebody that can bring the title and make it important, because you have, like, whoever's the first guy has the most important role. You need to make this title important, you want us to give a shit about this title, make it somebody that we can actually care about. What's your thoughts about this new title?
Well, I already mentioned how I like the design, but I will say, I know there are people who don't like it, and not everyone's don't like everything.
Yeah.
But people are having, I've seen like a meme or something where someone is having a problem with the company logo being in the center of the championship.
Really?
AEW World Title wants to have a word with you. So is the Ring of Honor, IWGP, UFC, Power Slap. Pretty much any world championship belt has the logo in the middle.
Yeah. But my question is, if you were, and this is a legitimate question, but if you were WWE and you were to put the guy that would carry the Raw World Heavyweight title, who would you give it to?
My answer is going to be the easy one, but I would say Cody.
Yeah. If not Cody, I give it to McIntyre. Hell, have Cody win the world title, and then McIntyre be a heel and feud with Cody over
You
it.
want everyone to turn heel, don't you?
Well, I mean, because I don't want Cody. Because it's not just that I want fuck. Not that I want McIntyre to turn heel. It's just Raw does need a top heel.
I know, I'm just saying that, like, whenever we bring up someone, it seems like you want them to turn heel.
Because villains are more interesting than the heroes sometimes.
Yeah, but if the hero has a compelling story, they can be just as
Yeah,
interesting as the villain.
Okay, but
You know what? Let's table that debate for a later time.
yeah, but my thing is like, look, whoever wins this world title, and they're gonna have a shit ton of pressure on them because you're gonna need to make that first reign important and matter.
No, you don't say.
But what do you think? You got the timer going, by the way?
Yeah, we have 1:15.
All right, what are your final thoughts?
My thoughts are, well, I'll be interested to see how they crown the new champion. They have until later this month.
May 27th.
Yeah, aka later this month, to decide how to. But they have to
do it fast.
2 people in mind by, at minimum 2 people at least, by May 27th.
Yeah.
My guess is a tournament.
Yeah. Alright, look. This is just my final thoughts. There's 2 ways you could crown the new World Heavyweight Champion. A, do a tournament at Night of Champions. That's option A. Or B, bring back the Elimination Chamber, but have qualifying matches for that, and then have those 6 people fight in the chamber.
I would say do a tournament leading up to Night of Champions. And I know one person that won't be in it is Sami Zayn because apparently he's not allowed in Saudi Arabia or some shit.
Yeah.
Anyways, we'll be right back with topic number 2. There we go, and we are back with topic number 2. The effect the draft will have on NXT. Oh my god, the draft was insane this year, ladies and gents.
Yes.
We got we didn't get that many surprises, but the surprises we got were big.
Yeah, you got the NXT Women's Champion, which was to me honestly the big surprise.
That title is now vacant, being held by the longest reigning NXT Women's Champion in history.
What?
Vacant.
Oh yeah.
I would say the same is probably true for the NXT Women's Tag, held by Alba Fire and Isla Dawn.
Yeah, but I want to tell you because that one was also a bit of a surprise. But the one thing I kind of want to rant about for a quick second is that during the draft they had their opponents that challenged them for a rematch, challenged them for the
and then they got the call up as well. Last night's sort of main event thing was NXT Women's Tag, Fire and Dawn versus Katana Chance and Kaden Carter. And NXT pointed this out in commentary. This was a history-making match because it was a SmackDown team fighting
Challenging
a Raw team
on
for the
NXT.
NXT tag team.
On NXT.
Yeah,
It's like, what the fuck?
yeah, but
But-
we're not done with the NXT call-ups. We also
No.
got Grayson Waller,
Yeah, but
JD McDonough, and Pretty Deadly,
and Zoe Starks.
and Zoe.
Yeah, but my honest take about but my worry, my true personal worry is, I'm worried that some of these, like Pretty Deadly, for example, they may be used all right, well, as a tag team, but like Zoe and
You're worried they're
JD,
gonna get lost in the shuffle?
Zoe and JD McDonough, they are phenomenal wrestlers. They are really good. But but like Matthew said, I'm honestly worried that they might get lost in the shuffle. Same with
But
Indy
you
Hartwell.
realize every member of the Way is on the main roster now, right?
Yeah, except you got 3 members of the Way on Raw and 1 member on.
Yeah, and Austin Theory and Johnny, they don't really like each other anymore, I'm pretty sure. If you hear stuff in the background, we have a handyman over. Just letting you guys know that.
All right, but my honest take is, I'm glad that some of these people got the call up, but it's just I don't know if some of these people, like JD McDonough, the guy is very good, but the guy didn't really he didn't really do a whole lot in NXT. The only thing he did was be the tag team champions. No,
He had
no.
you're talking
No.
about JD?
Yeah, no,
He had
no,
a phenomenal rivalry with Ilya Dragunov.
Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. Not tag team. I mean, he was the cruiserweight champion.
Wait, JD as in Jordan Devlin was
Yeah.
cruiserweight?
Yes,
I didn't know he was in that weight class.
yeah, he was cruiserweight, but then he went to UK, but then COVID hit, but then they had that whole tournament.
Oh, right, for the interim champion while he was sort of trapped in the UK.
Yeah. Yeah, but now the thing with Indy Hartwell is I'm glad she was the women's champion, but it also honestly kind of makes her winning the title Stand and Deliver honestly kind of pointless.
How so?
Well, I mean, she won the title. She had 1 title defense, and that was it.
Yeah, and well, it's not her fault that she got injured, and it is apparently a legitimate injury.
Oh.
Yeah, apparently she got jumped 1 week or something and tore a ligament in her leg.
Oh, okay. But yeah, Zoe Starks. I think Zoe is going to be a future Raw Women's Champion.
Yeah, with this mean streak she's had over the past few months, ever since she turned heel.
Yeah, and apparently she's been having, this is something I've heard, but she's been having dark women's championship matches with the Queen.
Well, those won't be happening anymore considering the Queen got drafted to SmackDown.
But still, I'm just saying, if WWE's putting you in a dark match with the Queen Charlotte Flair, that's saying something.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts about some of these like Pretty Deadly, for example, getting a call up?
I hope they don't become the new Police Dango and become like Fashion Police. Because honestly, with what they wear, they need to be arrested by the Fashion Police.
Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
Speaking of like what's gonna happen after Backlash, it's almost time for the prediction battle.
Yeah.
We'll be right 3, 2, 1. We'll be right back.
Hello, everybody. We are back with the third and final topic of this episode. It's a backlash prediction battle.
Would you like to explain the punishment, my friend?
Oh, yes, of course. The punishment is the loser has to watch any bad movie of the winner's choice. Meaning
I
nothing.
hope I win because
No movies off
I
limits.
don't want because he could very well choose a Disney live action remake.
All right, but let's jump into this protection battle.
Yeah, buddy.
All right, the first match in no particular order. You know what? I'm just gonna go in order because fuck it. All right, the first match is as follows. You got Matt Riddle, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn versus the Bloodline, Solo Sikoa, Jey Uso, and Jimmy Uso with Paul Heyman.
See, Heyman is sort of like the deciding factor. It's 4-3 unless Randy Orton shows up and RKO's Paul Heyman.
Yeah, but my honest, like, with what's going on in the Bloodline, I'm wondering if during this match, and this is just something I'm genuinely wondering before I say who I think is gonna win, but is this the day that is Solo Sikoa, by orders of the tribal chief, going to have Solo turn on his brothers?
Maybe.
That's why I mean, like, because it's what it seems like that Roman Reigns is like, I'm getting sick and tired of you motherfuckers. You lost your rematch. Come on. Like, hey, if I'm Jey Uso, I would be fucking terrified.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Because, like, if I'm like, I get the Usos, are trying to honor their family, in the babyface way, but it's just like, dude, you need to cheat a lot more. I hate to say.
Yeah, pull an Eddie.
Hell, yeah.
Yeah, for the record, I'm saying an Eddie Guerrero, not an Eddie Fatu.
Yeah. But, all right. Who do you got in this match?
I'm going to go with Seven Cammy and Riddle.
I'm going to go with the Bloodline.
This probably will put me at a disadvantage.
Maybe, who knows? Maybe. The next match on the Wikipedia, yes, I'm using Wikipedia, though I don't give a shit, is Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare, versus the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar, for the first time ever. And I've heard, this is a legitimate thing I've heard, but I've heard that WWE is considering adding Brock to the Judgment Day.
That is horrifying.
Yeah. But I've heard that they are considering adding a new member, and I've heard that's the guy.
But wouldn't that sort of lock Brock to SmackDown?
No, Judgment Day's on Raw.
Oh, right. You know what I meant.
But yeah. So, what is your thoughts on this match?
I'm going American Nightmare, to be honest.
I mean, like, Cody does need a major victory after the hell of a performance he had against Roman, but with this being a heel Brock Lesnar and the kind of ass kicking bless you, the kind of ass kicking that Lesnar gave him the night he turned heel. I don't know. I'm gonna go with Lesnar because I don't know. Because
Well, I kind of didn't give you a choice in that matter.
yeah, I know, but I'm just saying like this Lesnar. There's no telling how dangerous this heel version of Lesnar might be.
Do you not remember his return after WrestleMania 28? It's basically the same thing. He just has a beard and a ponytail.
Yeah, good point. All right.
On to the next one.
Next reference. But the next match is for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Even though one's on Raw, one's on SmackDown.
Yeah, it's gonna be weird for the titles this year.
Yeah,
like Zelina very well could win, but at the same time, the Raw Women's Champion is on SmackDown, and if
yeah.
Rhea retains, they can just swap titles.
Yeah, why not just do that shit? Alright, so we got Rhea Ripley versus Zelina Vega. Judgment Day versus NWO.
Yep.
Who do you got? I got Rhea, honestly.
Then I guess I don't have a choice.
I mean, because most likely I don't know if the LWO is gonna be in. Most likely both factions will be in each other's corners, and that might create a bunch of fighting at ringside. Honestly.
Yeah, sorry for the background noise, people. Honestly, if I could soundproof my room, believe me, I would.
Alright, the next match is a match that I'm going to be dead honest. I don't see the goddamn point of this. It is Seth freaking Rollins versus Omos. I have no idea why this match is happening.
I almost want to skip this match because, full transparency, I didn't know that was a match.
Yeah, that's a match. Why? I don't know. Why? I don't know.
I'm almost inclined to go with Omos just based on height, but Seth could easily outmaneuver him.
Yeah, Seth is gonna need to. This is gonna be a tricky one for Seth because he's 7'4". 3.
Yeah.
He's a tough.
He's a big boy.
Yeah. So who's your lock-in?
I'm gonna lock in Omos because I just remembered MVP.
Yeah, that's true. I'll go with Seth Rollins, but I don't know if I'm Seth Rollins, what my strategy would be. Oh wait, no, I do. Take out his fucking legs and arms.
Yeah.
The next match on this match is a triple threat match for the for the United States Championship. The following participants are as follows. You got Austin Theory defending his title against Bobby Lashley and Bronson Reed. Who do you got?
He's fighting Lashley and Reed? Is that what you said?
Yeah, Lashley and Bronson Reed, yes.
Well, I have a feeling Bronson Reed is not going to win because he's on Raw.
Yeah, true.
Is Lashley also drafted to Raw?
Nope.
Okay, so I'm going to go Lashley.
Alright, I'm gonna go with the champion Theory.
You're going A-Town down?
Yep. Alright, the next match is two SmackDown superstars challenging for the Raw Women's Championship.
All right.
You got the champion, the EST of WWE, Bianca Belair, versus Io Sky, with Damage Control in her corner.
Either way, like, the titles are gonna have to be flopped.
Well, both of them, except remember, both of these women are on SmackDown.
Yeah, and it's for the Raw title.
Yeah, so...
I'm going Bianca.
Alright, I'm going to go with Io, okay. And I think this match might be the main event of the show. I think. Since it involves... We got the host of WrestleMania Backlash. We got the Grammy Award-winning recording artist, Bad Bunny, versus Damian Priest in a St. Juan, Puerto Rico, in a St. Juan street fight.
Yeah, I just labeled it a street fight.
Yeah, I know.
Because that's essentially what it is.
A street fight, yeah.
The only difference is it's taking place in San Juan, Puerto Rico.
Yes.
Anyways,
So,
I'm going Bad Bunny.
yeah, okay. What are your thoughts? I mean, because Bad Bunny, in the times that Bad Bunny has appeared, has had, he's had his surprisingly first good appearance. He had a surprise appearance in the 2021 Royal Rumble, and he even took an F5 from fucking Lesnar.
Yeah.
So,
but keep in mind, I believe his first match in WWE, he teamed with the Archer of Infamy, Damian Priest.
Yeah. But, and I'm going to go with Damian, not just because you gave me a choice, but also I was going to go with Damian because, he's a heel, and I think that he might, be willing to do a lot more destructive things to Bad Bunny, but I don't know if Bad Bunny is going to get... I would be surprised if I wouldn't be surprised if Bad Bunny gets the victory at the event.
Yeah, I just hope, like, we don't have a concert, even if it is from Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
Like, no offense, but we've talked about our disdain for
pointless
concerts at wrestling events before.
Yeah.
We even had one at WrestleMania.
Yeah, so...
And I'm not sure if the one at WrestleMania was part of an entrance or not.
It was.
Okay, then it's okay. But the one at the Rumble was not.
Yeah, no.
That was no bueno.
Yeah, okay. That's all the matches.
Yeah, and as a reminder, the punishment is loser has to watch a bad movie of the winner's choice.
And by the way, folks, I would like to give a personal shout out to a friend of mine, goes by the name of Prime Off Work. Want to give a shout out to him? He requested one because I asked him. So yeah, that's your shout out, man.
Yeah, and I have asked my co asked if he wants to be on our podcast.
All right, that is it, folks. Roll that outro.
That's it for this week. We'll be coming back at you next week with episode number 80, featuring the results of the prediction battle. Roll that outro. Thank you for listening to At Odds, hosted by the Unbreakable Spirit
and the Executioner,
edited by the Unbreakable Spirit. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at MTS_life_0126.
You can follow me on Instagram at DanTravis21, and you can also follow me on the Twitter at Dan the Executioner 21.
And you can follow the podcast at Odds Podcast. We'll be back next week with more debates and discussion. But until then, the Executioner and the Unbreakable Spirit will still be at odds.
Thank you, losers.